Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Go to a 4x6 hinge, square corner.
You've got arch-top doors.
Yep.
Okay. Arch-top doors. Now, what does the arch-top have to do with a wide throw?
Nothing really, but it's just the arch is hitting the drywall because the drywall is arching over top of the door. So I'm binding on my corner bead right now. So I need to get one more inch of throw.
Yes. So what you have is your doors. So you've got a wall, but the plane of your doors is set into the wall so that when you go to 45, 60, 75, 90 degrees, the top of the arch hits that outside corner of the wall. Not that unusual of a problem.
The big question, and I called you guys directly, and I didn't just order online, is I've never installed 25 years. I never installed wide throw hinges on anything, but it looks like the screw pattern is different than almost all doors. Most hinges are like a staggered screw pattern. And it looks like the wide throw is like a crescent shape, which makes sense to me because that gets your screws in. You're making sure you're grabbing your rough framing. You got proper purchase because you're increasing that fulcrum by keep going further and further away. That's a lot of force. So I was really looking for a black hinge with square corners, 4x6, in the more traditional screw pattern. I could plug and fill the existing holes and redo. I just didn't. I haven't even found anything online that has a traditional staggered screw pattern.
So staggered screw patterns would be what you would see in a hinge that's 100 years old. At some point in the 20th century, there was a standardization of the holes that you'll see in hinges, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 8. You'll see you'll see non-templated patterns when you get past, I think, maybe 6 inch tall. But if you have a staggered pattern, you have either an extremely old hinge or you have a modern hinge, but it's a residential hinge where the leaf thickness is about 96 thousandths. And then the world of zigzag or staggered patterns, there are multiple designs. So when you get to a wide throw, you're only going to be dealing with a commercial grade hinge, and you're only then going to be dealing with a template pattern, which is the crescent, as you referred to earlier.
Okay, that's what's going on. So yeah, this is a residential door. I'm not a commercial guy at all, so that's probably why I've never seen them before. So does anyone make the residential style in a wide throw or no?
What do you mean residential style?
The staggered pattern versus the crescent.
No. If you are trying to match a zigzag staggered pattern, you're going to need to drill all those holes, dowel them, mortise them flush, route them flush, and then get your Vicks bit and drill new holes.
Okay, so now you're talking about thickness of the plate too. Can I get to the residential thickness, or deepen all my mortises too?
Yeah, you're going to have to take those 96 thousandths and make them 130 thousandths in both the door and the frame.
Shitty.
Life in the big city.
Fun. Doors stained, clear coated, done, and done.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I know. It's not the end of the world. Get your Porter cable hinge butt template kit, nail it on there. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, it's a hassle. You're right. It's not going to be fun.
Especially the jam side. Okay, so there's no there's no other options beyond that. Sounds like you're pretty knowledgeable. No other options, huh? So are these in?
Well, there
sold,
is.
okay.
I mean, buy a bunch of hinges and, and just cut and weld. I mean, there's just no way to make this happen. Throwing that vertical axis of pivoting out further is what you need to do, and doing it in a residential leaf thickness is just not possible.
Huh. Okay. And what's the availability of black ball bearing wide throw hinges?
About 3 weeks.
No shit. I don't have that
I had
much time.
I had an architect who designed all of this. We did this project late last year, and the way he solved his problem was there were wide openings, but he took a pair of doors and turned them into 4 doors. So we could open the outer doors a little bit, then fold back, get that open, and then fold back the inner leaves so we can get it all to 180 degree. Because his inset was like a foot. It was very excessive.
Right. Yeah. It's probably, yeah. This Mediterranean style home, they love to go trimless and sink everything in.
Yeah.
It's why all my exterior windows and doors and everything. It's just risking hinge bind everywhere.
Yeah. Another thing you could do is you could double mortise the door only. So you're going to have to drill, glue, dowel, and get those flat to drill new holes. But you could double up the mortise on the door, so you really didn't have to fuss too much with the frame, so that the leaf on the jamb is not going to be flush, and your mortise in the door is deeper than it needs to be for that leaf, but it will suck up the part that's projecting off the jamb. So sometimes guys do a double mortise. Like imagine if you were surface mounting the hinge on the jamb, you would double mortise the door. You're doing a partial version of that. So you could consider that, even though it wouldn't pass if it was my house. I mean, only because I know what I know about it.
Yeah, I can't do that either. This is $1 million home.
Well, yeah, here in Naples, that doesn't get you much, but point taken. People spend a lot of money on a house. They expect it to be a certain way.
This is $1 million guest. This is just a guest house.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the money's not really. So nothing's in stock though, huh? Nothing's super readily available. I could have it in a couple of days.
Not in a ball bearing. I likely have plain bearing in stock. You want a 4x6 and a 601.
I don't know if I necessarily need the ball bearing. The door's not as heavy as some interior residential doors I've done. It's pretty light.
Yeah, ball bearing's always an advantage. Your experience would tell you that. You look at a hinge that's been around for 20 years. I don't have any in black, but I've got prime coat in a 4x6 and plain bearing. But again, they're commercial weight, so they're 130 thousandths. I've got satin brass. I've got polished brass. I've got oil rubbed, polished chrome, satin chrome. But I don't have many at all in black. I don't even have enough to hang a door.
Okay. And how dark is your oil rub bronze? Is it dark, or you see quite a bit of bronze coming through? Every ORB is different, right?
That is correct. Every ORB is inherently different, and it is, of course, lot to lot. I would say that with Bomber, is the manufacturer that I would have it, and it would trend towards darker.
So Bomber's the one you're recommending versus what was the other one, Hager?
We're just talking about stock.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't recommend Hager whatsoever at this time because there is no lead time with them. They're still shipping orders from before Thanksgiving for us. But if we're talking about stock, then it would be Bomber. That's the wide throw that I stock.
Okay, and you had some raw paintables.
I have some prime coat, yes, sir.
Prime coat. And what is 4 of those going to set me back?
The prime coat. How many hinges do you need?
I need 4 total.
Oh, okay. So prime coat are 63.11 each hinge. The oil rubbed is 80.11 per hinge.
Okay. And we're looking at minimal lead time on those versus the black.
On the shelf, the black are going to be 3 weeks.
So you guys are in Florida?
I am, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. It's all ABS. I thought it might be ABS that's out here in California, and that might be American Building Supply or something, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So and black, the cost is
probably about $65. It's going to be close to prime coat. 406, 601, 63.11.
63.11, and that's 3 weeks at least.
It will be 3 weeks, yes, sir.
And you said those hinges are 130 thousandths?
That's the leaf thickness, yes, sir.
I just want to put a caliper on what I have here. I'm not sure if I am a commercial. Well, commercial use the stagger screw pattern sometimes too, or are they always crescent shaped?
In 1920 they did, but in a commercial hinge, it's always going to be a crescent, modern hinges. Again, if you looked at an antique catalog from 100 years ago, you're going to see all kinds of patterns. None of them were crescent.
Got it, because they didn't have door hanging and boring machines and templates, right? It was all done by hand. They didn't care.
Exactly. I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, I mean, it was literally all done by hand, so they were doing it to the piece.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and what was your name?
My name is Richard.
Richard. All right, let me ponder reality here for a second, and I will give you a call back, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.